Why is it important to have 3 meals a day, you ask? Well, you probably didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The importance of 3 meals per day when it comes to your fat loss expedition. And by 3 meals, I mean breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I can tell you now, I've heard it all before. But Mandy, I don't eat breakfast. I get it. I hear you. But if what you're doing now is not working and you're not seeing results because you're snacking in the evening or you're snacking throughout the day or you're raiding the snack cupboard, why don't you try giving breakfast a shot? Change is as good as a fucking holiday, they say. So now that we've come to an agreement on you including breakfast into your plan, why? Why 3 meals a day? That's not a 2. Don't get that confused. That doesn't mean you still get to skip breakfast, okay? That is a question mark with a bubble key underneath. So in short, what's on this side of the paper is going to explain to you exactly why I say 3 meals per day. All right. Having 3 meals per day is going to give you volume. Giving you volume is going to make you feel full throughout the day. Hit those satiety levels. Volume plus satiety plus having 3 meals per day, regulated hunger hormones, boom, equals adherence. Adherence to what, Mandy? Adherence to your calorie goals for the day, which is going to mean that you then stay within a calorie deficit over an average period of time, which is, boom, going to bring you those results that you want. The next thing we want to look at is the duration between your meals. So the time between your breakfast and your lunch, the time between your lunch and your dinner. You don't want to leave a mamusha, translated to English, a massive gap between your meals. Through trial and error, you want to find something that hits the spot, not the G spot, the hunger spot. We know the struggle is real when it comes to that. Let's say, for example, you have lunch at 1 p.m. You leave work at 5 p.m. That's already 4 hours. You know you need to get home, cook dinner, and dinner's only going to be at 7 p.m. That's 6 hours. What might happen then is you might be hungry before dinner. So what you would look at doing then is incorporating a snack just before you leave work so that it hits the spot, not the G spot, the hunger spot. We've been through this, so that it sustains you through to dinner time, so that you don't raid the snack cupboard before dinner. I'm still stuck on the breakfast thing. The reason why I say have breakfast is because a lot of the time, many times I've seen that people will skip breakfast and be okay in the moment, and then just before lunch, have a snack, have a samosa, have a chocolate, have a whatever. And then you postpone lunch because now you're full-ish from the snack you had. Then all of a sudden you push to get home to have dinner, but you're ravenous before dinner. And that leads to all sorts of different shit shows. That's why I say having breakfast can be a very, very important piece to this fat loss puzzle. So let's recap your 3 meals per day. You want to look at having those 3 meals at more or less the same time every single day. That's going to help regulate your appetite hormones, and that's going to help you adhere to your calories for the day. Then with those 3 meals per day, you want to look at bulking them up, like really bulking them up. Try and eat as much on your calories as possible. Now, how do you do this? Lean meats, veggies, complex carbohydrates. And if you're not sure how to build your plate, look at 1/4 of the plate protein, 1/4 of the plate carbohydrates, and half the plate vegetables. That is going to hit the spot. That is going to keep you full until your next meal. Please, 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 I beg you, don't knock this technique until you try it, because I've only heard amazing things about it. How it's really helped people reduce their cravings, how it's helped people reduce their snacking, how it's helped people adhere to their calorie goals per day, and how it's really helped bring about progress, brought about extra energy, huge amount of energy, fullness throughout the day. What is better than that? Because that helps with adherence, let's be real. And an extra added bonus of having 3 meals per day at the same time, more or less every single day, is it's really going to help you be able to identify between real hunger and fake hunger. So by fake hunger, I mean just a random craving or an emotional hunger. Because if you're used to having lunch every single day at 1 p.m., all of a sudden at 11 a.m., you're a bit stressed out and you get a random urge to eat something. You can now identify that as fake hunger, and you can decide what way you want to move forward with that hunger, because you know that that's not normally the time that you get hungry, because you've set out such a solid meal frequency for yourself. Hey Laura,